From the moment Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors were first spotted together in May 2023, walking out of a West Hollywood coffee shop with sunglasses on and fingers interlocked like they'd been keeping this secret for years, the entire gossip world went into overdrive because this wasn't just another celebrity romance. This was a collision between a woman whose career had been built on a mix of beauty, talent, and unshakable grace, and a man who at that exact time was walking through the kind of legal storm that could sink even the most bankable Hollywood star. And yet, instead of shying away, Meagan leaned in, showing up to court beside him, slipping into the gallery with her chin high, sending a silent message to every camera flashing in her face that she wasn't here to play the PR game. She was here for him. And that loyalty, real or calculated, became the fuel for endless debates online. Because while some fans applauded her ride-or-die energy, others warned she was risking everything she'd built for a man whose future was being decided by a jury. But what no one knew at the time was that behind the red carpet smiles and soft-spoken interviews, the two were navigating a private world full of whispered threats, late-night strategy calls, and even a few people in their inner circle who were not on their side. In fact, one of the most shocking twists, which never made it to TMZ, but has been confirmed by multiple so-called industry insiders, was that just weeks after Meagan and Jonathan started dating, a piece of surveillance footage, allegedly, surfaced from a luxury Manhattan hotel showing Jonathan in what looked like a heated exchange with an unidentified woman in a gold dress. And though his team insisted it was a doctored clip, the rumor mill was merciless, with blogs publishing blurry screenshots and captions like, "Is this the real Jonathan Majors?" But instead of going into hiding, Meagan doubled down, attending Jonathan's next court appearance in a fitted navy suit and a diamond cross necklace, standing so close to him outside the courthouse that even the most cynical paparazzi started wondering if maybe, just maybe, this was the real deal. Still, the drama didn't stop there, because not long after that, Meagan's phone was hacked. Yes, hacked, and a series of private voice memos were leaked to a gossip vlogger with over 2 million subscribers, in which Meagan could allegedly be heard telling a friend that some people in Jonathan's world were trying to set him up and that she had proof they paid someone to lie. A revelation that, if true, would flip the entire case upside down. And while her publicist refused to comment, fans noticed that within days of the leak, one of Jonathan's key accusers suddenly went silent on social media, deleting months of posts, which only fueled conspiracy theories that there was much more to this story than the headlines were letting on. But even with all this chaos, Meagan didn't put her career on pause. She was filming the final season of her hit Prime Video series Harlem by day, tending legal strategy meetings by night, and still somehow managing to turn heads at every industry event she dared to attend, from Tyler Perry's Atlanta studio parties to quiet charity galas in Beverly Hills. And those who saw them in person swore that the chemistry between her and Jonathan wasn't just for show, describing moments where he'd lean in to whisper something that made her laugh, or she'd squeeze his hand under the table during tense conversations, the kind of small human gestures you can't fake. Still, the fiction-worthy twists kept coming, like when a certain friend of Meagan's, a stylist she'd known for nearly a decade, secretly sold a folder of candid, unretouched photos of the couple to a British tabloid for a 5-figure payout, photos that were clearly taken from inside Meagan's own home during a small dinner party, sparking a week-long frenzy of "Are they engaged?" Stories after one shot showed her wearing a simple gold band on her left hand, a band she later claimed was just a vintage ring she'd bought herself, though insiders swear Jonathan had given it to her after a long rooftop talk about their future. That rooftop meeting, by the way, became something of an urban legend in the Hollywood gossip circuit, because according to a production assistant who happened to be nearby, Jonathan had taken Meagan to the top of a private building in downtown LA at 2 a.m., laid out a picnic with her favorite wine and Thai takeout, and told her, "No matter what happens, I want you to know I see you. I choose you. And I'm not letting them take that away from me." A declaration that reportedly brought her to tears, and if that's not straight out of a movie script, I don't know what is. Still, their reality was no fairy tale, because just a month later, another supposed bombshell hit the internet when an anonymous Reddit account claimed to have emails proving that Jonathan had been in secret contact with a Marvel exec to negotiate his comeback role even before his trial ended, which critics painted as a sign of arrogance, but Meagan publicly brushed it off, telling an entertainment reporter outside a charity event, "People will believe whatever fits the end story they've already decided in their heads," and walking away without another word, leaving the internet to dissect every syllable. Then came the moment that changed everything, the day of Jonathan's final court hearing, when the prosecution's case seemed ready to crumble after a surprise witness. A former security consultant testified that one of the key pieces of evidence against him had been mishandled. And while Jonathan's legal team worked their magic, it was Meagan's presence that stole the headlines. Because she walked into that courtroom in a white fitted dress, no jewelry except for a thin silver bracelet, and sat so still and focused that even the courtroom sketch artist later said she looked like she was holding the entire weight of the room on her shoulders. When the not guilty verdict came down, the explosion of flashbulbs outside was blinding. But the real story was the way Jonathan turned to her first, pulling her into an embrace that lasted a full 10 seconds before they both stepped up to the microphones, where Meagan, in a voice as steady as steel, said, "We've been through hell, but the truth has a way of surviving." And then, in a move no one expected, she reached into her bag and pulled out a sealed manila envelope, holding it up for the cameras and saying, "One day, I'll tell you what's in here, and when I do, you'll understand everything." A statement that sent every gossip site into overdrive and ensured the story would live on for months. In the weeks that followed, the couple went quiet on social media, spotted only once at a small jazz club in New Orleans, where witnesses say they looked relaxed, happy, and very much in love. And while some critics still argue that Meagan's unwavering support for Jonathan will forever tie her legacy to his controversies, others see it as a power move, a refusal to let the industry dictate her personal life. And if the whispers are true, the two are already working on a joint production project, a gritty drama series loosely inspired by their journey, which could very well turn their most public scandal into their most profitable collaboration yet, proving that in Hollywood, the line between survival and reinvention is razor thin. But if anyone knows how to walk it, it's Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors, who seem to be reminding everyone watching that sometimes the messiest love stories are the ones worth betting on.